Hey, what's your name?
My name is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, what is freedom?
Freedom, that's a real good question, and it's something that we are not really in tune with. We've been told we have freedom, but if you nutshell freedom is really the thing, anything I want to do, I can go do as long as I don't step on your toes and I don't infringe on your freedom. Mm-hmm. So government doesn't allow us to have any freedom. They tell us it's freedom, but it's as long as we're in a small box and we don't step outside that box.
Define government. Are you talking about the current United States corporate government system?
Basically, I'm going to say that's every government on the planet, because all governments on the planet are oligarchical, or they're preferential treatment for the people on top, and then everything down below is, leftovers.
Okay.
And so we get leftover freedom. The people at the top of the pyramid have any freedom because they've made so many rules that they can evade that we can't.
I've heard them say that freedom isn't free, but I don't think that... Is that true? Is that not
freedom
true?
Freedom isn't free. No, it
is not free.
It is not free. You've
What's
got to
the
fight
cost?
for it every day. You have to fight for it every day. Because no society has ever been brought up in anything other than a controlled freedom. If you go back in history, all societies started with the strongest guy on the block beating the others up till he was right. And he told them what their freedom was. Okay. Now, our Creator said we had unalienable rights. We all have the same rights as another, so we all have freedom as long as we can recognize when we don't have freedom, so we can step out and push the envelope. And I assert we have no freedom right now. We have no freedom.
No freedom at all.
Yeah.
I'm still not too sure, because I was told when I was growing up that I was free, and there was freedom, right, in the United States, and we were free to do all sorts of things. But then all of a sudden I came around to the fact that I was being regulated, and it turned into... Well, my first thing was when I tried to cross the street, they said I couldn't cross the street, where walking around was a right and driving was a privilege. And it was like, well, but so his privilege outdoes my right? I thought that, that was kind of strange. Who grants rights? I believe you said that the freedom is given by God, the Creator. Liberty.
God, I believe.
Define liberty.
Liberty is an atmosphere in which freedom thrives. Liberty is there's a universe, and here's all the things you can do. That's liberty.
Okay.
And then if I take advantage of all those things, I'm exercising my freedom to achieve these liberties.
Okay.
This liberty. Other people would say it's vice versa, but liberty is God-given, freedom is you and I make it happen, I believe.
Okay, that's the part that's not free, that we actually have to...
And you have to know what your rights are, because you were told you had these rights by the people. Then when you go do it, they throw you in jail. Well, I thought I had a right to do this. Well, who has the authority to tell me otherwise? Because the Constitution, all constitutions say they got the power of authority from the people. I never said anything. Did you?
No.
I would have said, hey, let me cross the street.
Right. Well, I'm just going to cross right here. So, man, at what point did everything shift? Because I do know that there's more people, I'd say, seeking freedom and liberty, or a definition of those two, now than there was when I was growing up. Yet we still see a lot of people just doing their own thing, saying freedom and liberty are great and fine things, but then they just go about their lives. They're not working. They have the liberty to pursue freedom, but they don't, right?
Can I give you an anecdotal story?
Of course.
The old story about the people at Thanksgiving that had the Thanksgiving ham, and they had the family over, and the girl saw the sister. She always cut the last 4 inches of the ham off and threw it in the wastebasket, and then put the ham in the cooker thing and stuck it in the oven. And she said, well, that's what Mom did. She said, yeah, but Mom's pan was too small for the ham. So she got an idea that this was what you had to do, because she saw that the ham wouldn't fit in her pan,
right.
So she cut it off and threw it away. So we've all been desensitized because, oh yeah, that's a freedom, but you have the freedom to do this, but for your protection, because everything always comes out of, everything has to be benign when I take your freedom away.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going to give me $1. I'm gonna give it over to this poor guy over here. Oh, okay. No, you're a bad guy. You won't give me $1. So everybody's been serially brainwashed through our educational system and our churches that we're bad people. You come out, the first thing you hear, bad, 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 bad.
Right.
So now I'll kind of buy anything if I know, if I read in the book, it says he created everything, and he said everything was good until the 6 days.
And you go
everything
with
was
that.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, or very good. But anyway, so if I were brought up that way, knowing that I was a child of the Creator in a universe of other people who were child of the creators, and we born, we're just whoever we are, we can interact on that, but we had so many bad inputs that they got passed along century after century, so it makes it easier to believe that because you can't go anywhere and read anything else.
So if there are no good governments, is there a governmental structure that is good?
Not that I'm aware of, because I've made a distinction between, when I look at governments, always governments seem to be intertwined with economical systems, and the intertwining is a control factor, and that's what allows people to take advantage of the other people and distribute favors and leave a slavery class and the other class. However, if I were to go over on an island and there was only 600 of us on this island, and we engage in free trade, well, if I engage in free trade, everything falls away, because my interest is in doing the best for you, your interest is doing the best for me. We don't need a government because we don't have all these problems that they say we have.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, they're about to... Hold on a second. I'm going to... So where do we go from here? We're living in a democracy. People are craving freedom, maybe at their soul level, right? They don't understand that they have liberty. Are we getting better in a society or worse?
Well, it depends on who's we and what's better and what's worse. And up until in the 1926 Army Handbook, where all the people went in the Army, they were taught that democracy is the worst form of government because they have no respect for property. It's mob rule. And we were always a republic. In a republic, the rights of the individual are the only thing that the government is due, to protect the rights of the individual.
Okay.
So as a government, the reason I have government is there are supposedly bad people and good people. Okay, the government protects the good people from the bad people. That should be their only function. But if I understand the universal law, do unto others as you, if I can live by that, who am I going to rob? Because I know I'm going to get robbed back.
Right.
So it just makes common sense for me to treat you the way I want to be treated. And we're all brothers and we're all sisters because we all have a commandment, if you will, to love one another.
Right.
Okay? And love thy neighbor as thyself. So if I understand that and I can live with that, then why do I need government? But government always comes in and starts poisoning everything, so somebody needs assistance to solve this problem.
Right. Now, on our show on Tuesday nights on FBG Live, we talk about Free Texas is the name of the show. And we like to talk about a republic as being, well, this word always offends people, anarchy light, where you sit there and you have a very few amount of rules imposed upon a government, which would be the Constitution and a Bill of Rights, which are allegedly inalienable rights to the individual. But then at the county level, you're allowed to add on to all the laws and rules and regulations, right? In a republic, a current republic. So,
I'm not sure you're asking me a question. You're telling me something.
I'm wondering if you see that. So you form a republic, and this is any republic. This is the Republic of Mexico, the Republic of the United States, the Republic of Texas, right?
Right.
Then you say these are the rules for the government, and they pass a limited amount of rules, and then everybody else gets to add on. And then it races to get their laws in to cut grasses and stuff like that, because they want to boss other people around to do that. Well, a republic model actually works really well because it allows counties to not regulate so you're a member of this thing called a republic, you're a county. You don't have to add on to any rules or laws. You don't have to pass those, right? If we all treated people fairly and justly, it's a perfect world. We're nowhere near there right now. But when you deal with government, you deal with democracies, republics, empires, and other forms, right? Communism, fascism, and they all have their own little model. Then you get natural law, anarchy, right? Which is crazy, but eventually, everybody will die, or everybody will learn to respect people.
Historically,
yeah.
Now, anarchy is a funny word because if you take the word anarchy today, means follow the rules. Our government doesn't follow their own rules, and they lied to us about the rules, what they are for us, because here's the rules, here's what the Supreme Court says the rules are, but we're going to change those as we go along.
Right.
Who's the anarchist, we or they? So we're obeying the rules that we see written.
Right.
So they're the anarchists.
Right.
So if I'm in a republic, the right of the individual is tantamount over everything else. Mm-hmm. Now, government will have you believe a republic means you can elect somebody to go in your stead all the way to the top. But when I get inside that format, what I did was I gave all my power away because I turned over the right to impeach, the right to this, the right to that, the right to that, to my congressman or to my representative. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't hold him accountable. However, if I take the pyramid and turn it upside down, and I'm in my county, and we in our county or my little teeny town or country or village or whatever, if we all agree on this is what we're going to do,
right,
and instead of a quote-unquote government or political system, we introduce an economic system of free trade. Free trade always demands the best of everybody, because if I want to compete, I can't get any favors from anybody. I can't get subsidies. I have to do my best work.
Right.
Okay, it allows us to create, it allows us to personally market, allows us to personally interact, and if we're in a community like that, the communities set the standards for the community. Now, if I've got the standards set for the community, I have a sheriff, and our thing is you have all the rights that I have. Mm-hmm. My rights stop right here, yours stop right there. Okay. And in order to commit a crime, I have to physically impair your rights, either harm you or steal something. Walking across the street, jaywalking, that's not a crime.
Right, there's no victim.
Going 35 in the 25 zone, that's not a crime. We only have, but if I hurt somebody, I'm going to pay because the rules are there.
And the definition of pay is...
So if I have those, why do I need somebody to supervise me? I can do a better job town-wise than some idiot sitting 300 miles away writing rules and voting where everybody goes in the room to vote and they punch everybody else's keys when nobody's looking. And that what kind of law is that?
Hey, earlier on you mentioned something about how governments and monetary systems are combined. What do you know about the cryptocurrencies and private currencies like that? Because that's a private currency. I can go ahead and create my own bit this or bit that. There's a whole host of those. And if somebody finds an intrinsic value, they trade with it. Because there's a case to be made, or at least an argument to be made, that says, what does government have to do with money at all if you're going to have a government? Have you ever pondered that idea?
Oh, I have it. I've got the answer.
Okay, go for it.
Government can't have anything at all to do with the money. Government can't denominate it. Government cannot do anything. Okay, the minute you denominate something, i.e. a dollar, then you wipe out all the intricacies of my ability to create what I want to create. If I'm trading for you in ounces of gold or ounces of silver or whatever I'm going to do, and we agree that that's a commodity, now that's it. But the minute you put everything in dollars, I'm dead, because I don't know what a dollar is. Today it's worth 100 cents, tomorrow it's worth 99, the next day it's 98, 96, and it's not worth a hoot. And not only that, it's debt money. But if we're trading substances, or you and I agree that this particular item is a thing, it doesn't have a currency value. It has a my trade for your trade. Yeah, we'll trade this for that. That's fine. I'm winning. So everything that the market accepts in that community, I might have a restaurant and I give out these scripts of paper to people on the street who do nice things.
Right.
They sweep the street and I'll give you 6 credits over here at my thing, and you get 10 credits, you can have a hamburger. Yeah. Or give it to that guy and send him in on a hamburger. So the government has no business with money at all, because the government is incompetent in every area of their expertise, and money is the one they're the most incompetent in.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate the conversation.
Do we have fun?
Oh, I always have fun. That was great.